All right, hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Hakodash. Double honors once again, as always, to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, much love, and salutations, as always, unto the hopeful elect. And, as you see by the title, all right, we have to endure. Okay, we have to continue to push. We have to continue to fight. Okay, because this is exactly what this is. Um, this is a fight. And bear with me while I get the scripture. This is the fight that we all must go through. I believe it's Second Ezra 6. Let me see. Was it like 20 or something? Bear with me, Salakia. Because it speaks about the condition of the battle. I'm gonna just look it up because I know it ain't down there. It's 7, Salakia. It's 7. No, it wasn't. It wasn't 6. So, uh, Second Ezra 7. And you know what? Let's get the Let's see if we can get the GNT. Let's see what that says. Let me scroll down to the bottom. Okay, we get it. And Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Like I said, Salakia, something came to mind. The scriptures came to mind, so I'm trying to get it. Yeah, nah, this is bullshitting because it's bringing up something else. So it's all good. Anyway, Second Ezra 7:57. It says, "Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight." All right. It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as thou hast said, but if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. Okay. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, Choose thee life that thou mayest live. Nevertheless, they believed not him, nor yet the prophets after him, no, nor me, which have spoken unto them. Right. So, this is that condition again that we're gonna have to fight, and we're gonna have to go through things, and shit just isn't gonna go your way. But you have to ultimately, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, figure it out. And to myself first and foremost, man, I'm trying to implement, being more positive. Okay, more positive mindset, because the apostles have spoken on that, what I'm saying? Being more positive, okay, speaking more life into you, all right? And people confuse that with, bullshit, okay? We're not happy to continue to be slaves. We're not happy. We're happy that the Lord is continuing to deal and he's making things work for us, while we're here, okay? But we're not happy to still be in this, you know, fuck of a goddamn position, okay? Because it says what here in oh, let me get that since this one was BS. Let's get this in Ecclesiastes 7. I'm glad I did that because Ecclesiastes 7. Weak ass body be tired all the time. But Ecclesiastes 7:7, it says, Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyed the heart. Right. So oppression maketh a wise man mad. So we're not going to praise and rejoice about things that are, that people on the earth will praise and rejoice about. But we will praise and rejoice in the fact that Yahweh Bashim Shai is still dealing with us. Okay, he's still, building this up. He's still giving us the spirit to endure. And I got that word for endure. It says to undergo in Edamon, the online etymology dictionary. It says to undergo or suffer, especially without breaking. See, we can't break. You know what they say, you bend but never fold. All right. So we have to continue. It says to continue in existence. That's all we have to do. All we have to do is remain. Let's get that word. Let's see what that says. Um, let's get in the etymology. Let's see. Remain. I didn't push caps, but all right. It says, and this is the spirit because this is what we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to be, remaining. All right. What? The remnant. Okay. It says in the etymon, it says be left after the removal or loss of a part, number or quality, survive. All right. So we're ultimately surviving all the way into the Lord, judges this place. And then we're trying, like I said, we're trying to be left after that fact. The first fruits, the 144,000, and then the 1/3, the believers. Okay. We're trying to be left after the removal or loss of a part. All right. That part, speaking of the 2/3, because these niggas are getting ready to be judged on a high scale, on a high level, and there's not going to be anything left of them. Okay, there's not going to be anything left of Esau and his kingdom. All right, here in America. Okay, speaking about that, you know, after the 1,000 years, then Esau is going to be done. But speaking on this judgment that's getting ready to happen, it says, um, be left. Like I said, be left after, hold out, to stay behind, be left behind, endure. See, endure, abide, last. So we gotta remain. We gotta last until the end. Okay, continue. All right, we have to remain until the end. But going back to endure, it says yeah, to continue in existence, make hard, harden, bear, tolerate, keep up, maintain, make hard. The Lord is hardening our spirits, in righteousness through the spirit of probably how about Shai. He's building us up to get ready for, these things, man. And it gets tough. And it gets tough and it fucking sucks. But at the end of the day, we gotta continue to go, man. We gotta continue to push. We have to continue to endure. We got to understand that this is the building of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? This is the him building us up. All right. Again, very familiar scripture should be, okay? Sirach, the second chapter. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. You have to be prepared. You have to learn to endure these things, man. You got to learn to go through shit. It's going to be okay at the end of the day. Going back to that word, it says to be firm, be solid, steadfast. You have to learn to be firm. Learn to be firm. That's a lesson. All right, which we're pretty much going into that in this one. You know, I might change the title. All right, learn to be firm. But yeah, we, we're coming to serve the Lord. Slack. It's late. Well, it ain't late, but Jay tired. But we come to serve the Lord, so we have to prep our souls from temptation. We have to prep ourselves for the things that He already, for one, He forewarned us about. Okay, but we just gotta be even more ready. This is Romans 13:11 in the NLT. It says, "This is all the more urgent, for you know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed." Right. This is the time frame, okay, where we're getting ready to be delivered. So we had to, Jake has to wake up, but even ourselves, we gotta, smell the coffee. Okay, this shit getting real. Okay, We can't continue to do the things that we used to do. We have to get better. As the closer that we get to the day of Yahweh Shem Shai, returning, we got to get better. It says the night, verse 12, it says the night is almost gone. The day of salvation will soon be here. So, and with salvation comes what? Peace, okay, comfort, healing. All right. So we have to wait on these things. We have to endure because our day of salvation is approaching soon. We're coming into a day where, hey man, we're going to be on a level that is beyond recognition, man. Nobody else has ever been is going to be, nobody else has ever been on the level that the nation of Israel is getting ready to be upon. And starting with the elect. Okay. It says, so remove your dark deeds like dirty clothes and put on the shining armor of right living. All right, so we have to remove our dark deeds. We got to, like I said, get better. We got to constantly renew that inward man. The scripture speak about the inward man being renewed day by day. Okay, and ultimately we have to what? Endure. All right, Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right. What James? Well, we'll get to that. James 10 or James, damn. James 10. 1 Corinthians 10, Salakia. I'm going too fast. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. It says, there have no temptation taking you, but such as is common to man. Because everybody's suffering and so-called, all right, ultimately the Israelites. But at the end of the day, hey man, hey, shit, Salakia, we're going through it. Brothers is going through it. A few sisters that believe, they're going through it. Okay. And that's why we had these lessons to tap in and pretty much reset. That's why you go amongst the brotherhood and fellowship. Oh, that's the reset. That's why that's important. You know, that's very important. It says, but the Most High is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you're able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it. Bear with me. Get a drink of water. Right. It said, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape that you may be able to bear it. So the Lord is always going to have a way for you to get out. Okay. But regardless, hey, you pray to the Lord to what? Keep you, to keep you to have you remain, to have you endure. Don't have them, take the hell off you. No, just have, have them keep you here, man. All right, because it's a learning thing. It's something that you still have to learn. To myself, first and foremost, there's still something that I have to learn, okay, in order to get to the next level. That's why you're still going through things. And you could be ignorant to it, which when you go into the word ignorant, it's not, because people get offended by that. It just depends on the I ain't gonna say connotation, but the context, if you will. It says lacking knowledge or lacking wisdom or knowledge, unaware. So you could be very not knowing. You could be very unaware of something that you're doing, but that's really holding you back. That's why the scriptures say this. What? Um, examine thyself, okay, which is very important. And it's not important to blue letters, so I got to look it up on Google. It said it didn't pop up. Or yourselves. Wow. You knew what the fuck I was talking about, man. Anyways, this is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. It says, examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves. How that your house shy Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobate. So you have to examine yourself, man. You gotta figure this out. There's a point in your walk where you gotta like really decide if you're gonna do this or not. And if you are, then you gotta tap the fuck in. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, every man is gonna go through it. This is again, such as common to man. All right, especially those within the faith. But we just got to keep going, man. You got to examine yourself. You got to figure out. You got to figure out if you actually want this or not. Do you want to? Well, for one, do you believe in it? Do you believe that the Lord is getting ready to judge your enemies? Do you believe that the Lord is getting ready to deliver you? You know, you gotta think about those things, man. You gotta think about them. So that's something constantly to think about. Okay. Um, John 14:27, it says, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And like again, that's just something that, we're in the flesh, so it's going to happen, but we're not supposed to be in a state of trouble or being afraid. That's why, like I said in the beginning of the lesson, I've been working on, you know, trying my best to remain positive, because there's a lot of negative shit going on within the earth. And then the people that you interact with, they're negative. They ain't talking about shit. All they talking about is worldly shit. They want to go do this and have fun and all this other bullshit. And that consists of your family members, okay, your parents, your woman, your children, your cousins, your siblings. All these niggas, they just talking about a whole bunch of monkey shit that don't mean a goddamn thing to us, because we're solely focused on the ministry. But at times, you can allow that negativity that they bring, because I ain't bringing no negativity. No, bitch, you bringing a lot of that shit. Your mindset, you still celebrating things that ought not to be celebrated. You know, you, your cousin, your auntie asking you what you gonna get her for Christmas. Your mama, your dad, okay, like I said, your woman, she's still going out and doing birthdays and all this other simple ass shit. These people are low level as hell. Being around them at times just brings you to a certain vibration, and that's why you got to be mindful of that, man. You have to be mindful of the people that you allow around you on a consistent basis. Sometimes you just gotta, nigga, nah, you just go on to, if you in a situation where you live with your woman, well, some nights you gotta go in another room, man, or just be away from her or whatever. Kick the kids out, you know, go send her ass off so you can rebound, so you can balance back out. And don't take that as negative and, oh, they don't look. No, it's not. But the scripture speak about, I'll get that. What does it say? God damn it. This is Luke. I want to get in the blue letter, so let me type it in. Luke 14:26. But I gotta pull up the blue letter. So like you bear with me. 14:26. All right, it says, well, let me see. Do I want, yeah, we'll start there. Luke 14:26. It says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Now, when you go into that word hate, okay, let's go into that word hate, because people, get their panties in a bunch, you know, get their tampon twisted, because a lot of you people are bitches at the end of the fucking day over words, over simple shit, and it be shit that you need to hear. But you go to the Strong's definition. Well, first off, Salakia, it's Strong's G 3404. Maseo looks to be. Let's play it.
Strong's G 3404, Maseo.
Yep, Maseo. So it says now when you go to the biblical usage, it says to hate, pursue with hatred, detest. Okay, which again we don't do any of those things, and we don't tell people to do those things. That's just off. So you go to the Strong's definition. It says by extension to love less. Okay, and I'm gonna look up this word. Let's look up what the test is. But yeah, it just means to love less. You go to the test in the Edamon. Well, damn, what's this? Well, never mind. I looked it up. But it says execrate, hate, dislike intensely. Okay. Which going down, it says that, but that's not the usage that scripture is going into. It's not saying to actually hate your family and your your wife and your kids and just abandon them. No, it's saying to love them less, meaning ultimately what? To put Yahweh Shemal Shai first, and then you deal with them. Because when you go into the law, going into the scriptures, it's all about everything that the Lord has planned for us is about our families being brought up and being on a high level. Our women, plural, our women and children, okay, because they get panties in a bunch about that too. What you mean, women? What about woman? No, no, we're not gonna be in the kingdom. You're not gonna be a god on the earth and have one fucking woman. Edomites do that shit. We're not Edomites. We're not going to do that. There will be which they call it polygamy, but that's not even in that's low level. Because it got turned to some freakazoid shit. You hear automatically that you could deal and they think about some threesome shit. No, no, it's just a man dealing with multiple women. Okay, and again, we don't push that to brothers. Everybody can't do that. Everybody shouldn't do that. However, if it works for you, then shit, nigga, it work. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you that it's off because it's not. But what I will tell you is in the kingdom, whether you're doing it now or not, it's going to happen. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing before we even reach to that point. Receiving salvation, because of pursuing to Isaiah 4:1. And at the end of the day, if you get it, you get it. Then if not, I mean, you just won't be there. That's the point that in the state that we're at now. If you don't believe and you don't get it, and it don't make sense to you, then we genuinely don't give a fuck. We're tired of explaining shit to people. Me personally, I'm done explaining shit to people. If I've told you multiple times, I'm not doing it no more. Outside of camp, in these lessons, because we're pretty much broken records. We're saying the same thing, but nah, man. You either gonna be there. What they say, be there, or be square, nigga. Be there, or be nuke food. We don't care. It ain't gonna bother us none. Shit, it is what it is. But and that also goes back to what I was saying. Going into that word for hate in that scripture, and what was that? Luke, was it 14? Yeah, 14 and 26. You know, if you don't hate your father, mother, wife, etc., so on and so forth, meaning to love less. All right, because if you put the love for them above the love for Yahweh Shema Shai, well, then you're gonna fall out. Then you're gonna start prioritizing their needs and their wants over the 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 necessity, the necessities of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Because yeah, you can say, yeah, the Lord wants you to do, but it's what you need to do. It's required of you. You know, the Lord, yeah, He doesn't want you to eat pork, but nigga, He's telling you, you don't. It's not a choice. Like, no, you not supposed to eat that shit. It's a necessity. It's a law. Okay. So we got to keep those above what and all these other people they want you to do all this weird westernized Babylonian ass American bullshit. We're not doing it. And again, if you ain't with it, then just click off the video. Don't come to the camp. Uh, uh If you a woman of the prophet, you don't like what he doing, then leave. Then just bounce. You ain't got to be with the man. Shit, nobody cares. If your dad in the truth, and yeah, my dad been tripping lately, then don't talk to him. Leave him the fuck alone. That'll actually probably be better for him. But on the flip side too, brothers, hey man, we about to be in the spirit of actually cutting people off, man. If they're not beneficial to this walk, what does it say? Um, and I'll finish this and get this. Luke 14:27. And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. So you got to bear the cross. Now with that comes what? You're gonna have to sacrifice some shit, man. Um, let me see real quick. Matthew 5:29. Oh shit. Yeah. Matthew 5:29, it says, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Right. So if something ultimately is hindering you from your walk, hindering you from getting better, then it needs to go. And that goes back into the self-examination, when it says examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Because you know that something is slowing you, or you know whether something's slowing you down or not. Okay. So whether it be, shit, drink, whether it be women, okay, whether it be gaming, going out, your job is crucial. You know what I'm saying? Jake be heavy on that. Jake be getting a job demon, putting a job over the truth to where you missing camp and all that. Nah, hell no. Nah. That's another thing too. Like, cause I was talking to a member of my family earlier, but ultimately these people don't understand, man. Like it's not easy for us. Like you can't just go and get a regular what you call it, because a lot of these motherfuckers want you to work Saturday. Well, I can't work Saturday, nigga. I got camp. I can't work Sunday because I got camp. I can't work Friday because But even outside of that, we still have priorities because we've prioritized the truth. Okay, we've put the truth first, and everything else is second. Really last. We don't give a fuck about this shit. You shouldn't. Because what's here? What's here that's worth dying for? Nothing. The only thing that's worth dying for is Yahweh Shema Shai and the brotherhood. Everybody else can go kick fucking rocks barefoot. I could genuinely give two fucks because we didn't seen it. We didn't seen people, even within ministry, we didn't seen people act like they with you and all this other shit, and then they just go and do some devious ass shit, turn backs, slander, lies, false witnesses. So we don't give a damn about none of these goddamn people. And what we're here to tell you is judgment is getting ready to happen. There's a judgment getting ready to happen, man. For all you fucking niggas that turn your backs on the prophets. Every single last one of you getting ready to get judged. And we looking forward to it. Sitting there like that that meme, that Michael Jackson meme when you had the popcorn. That's gonna be us in that day. Okay? Or was it figuratively? All right, not literal. We gonna be running too, but hey, we gonna be in that day watching. We gonna watch the judgment. We gonna see it, and ultimately, once as the scripture speak about that see a looking glass, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that's when we gonna fully watch the final judgment of Esau Edom, Esau Edom's kingdom, okay, and the wicked of our people, okay. But yeah, back here in Matthew 5:30 says, and if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Right. And it's not talking about actual hell. Okay. Just get that out there. But Yeah, if one thing is separating you from the love of Yahweh Shema Shai, which pursuant to Romans the 8th chapter, all right, it pretty much goes into, because it says who or what shall separate us from the love of Mashiach, and then it goes down, it lists a bunch of things, and then the conclusion of the matter is nothing. Not angels, not principalities, tribulation, or nothing should be able to separate you from Yahweh Shema Shai. There shouldn't be one event that happens on the earth. You lose a job and then you just stop going to camp. You lose a woman, God forbid. Like that's the worst. I done seen men fall out over a goddamn woman. All this goddamn man, all this damn uh female lady parts, we'll put it like that. I don't want to be too graphic. But all these lady parts on the earth and grown as men be falling out of the truth over one particular one, as if they're that serious. Used, abused, they smoke, they you know, act like niggas, their demeanor is terrible. They're not getting any better. Man, there's no reason for that. Like I said, a job. I've seen men fall out about a damn job. I've seen men fall out about their family. And it's not a boastful thing to say, but the Wadi Haba Shemal Shai, because those are things that, and just a few examples, but those are things that you fear. And when you put yourself in that point, it's like, damn, which genuinely you really don't know. Because it's all up to you how about Shemal Shai, but it was like a certain point in time where I'm thinking, damn, maybe, but then that happened to me in my actual life. And I'm like, oh damn. Like, the water, hey, I came through. But that still puts fear in you. When you see other men fall out for A through Z, that shit puts fear in you, man. And then you see their end results, you know what I'm saying? It's very fearful. So that's why it's better, why you can. The elder Yashwamba has been harping on that heavily, you know what I'm saying, as of recent. Hey, while you can, man, nip that shit in the bud. If it's hindering you and or you got shit that you need to work on, then nigga, you need to do it. And to myself first and foremost. And again, baby steps. This shit ain't gonna happen overnight. It's not gonna be you know, it changes within 3 hours. No, but you make the steps towards doing that. You know what I'm saying? Make those steps towards changing, towards being better. Get back in the gym. Cut back on a drink. Get cut. Do certain things. Certain things you just got to do. If it's a true hindrance to the point to where you ain't doing your videos and like I said, you ain't showing up to camp. Now you just being angry as hell to brothers. You turn into a nigga. All right, and Salaki out. I kind of been everywhere, but Lord willing, again, it's still edifying because ultimately these are things that we go through, and we just gotta endure them, man. Okay, James. Did I get this one? No, James 5:11. It says, "Behold, we count them happy which endure." Okay, so we count them happy which what? Let's go back to that word. Not that one. Hold on. Here we go. We count them happy which undergo or suffer, the ones that continue in existence. All right, what's that in Hebrews or not Hebrews? Oh no, it is Hebrews 12, I believe. Let's see. Despise not the chastisement. I forgot you gotta do this shit. Yeah. Uh Hebrews 12:5. It says, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked to him. And see, hey, a cut to myself, man, because what we got to do, we got to start going to the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we remember them, but actually go, because reading that just gave me a lot of comfort. You know, so we got to start actually picking up the book, picking up your phone, go to the scriptures. If you think about it, then just go to it and actually read it. Because in your head, you forgot the exhortation. No, no, go to it. All right, it's gonna help. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons." Okay, and we see these niggas are flourishing. Niggas are they winning. Niggas got, the best paying jobs. They got money saved up. They got nice cars, nice houses, kids, families, and all that. They got all that shit, and it's gonna amount to nothing. We have to stop being envious of the earth. We gotta learn to let them niggas have it. Cause that's you still looking back. You thinking that you missing out on something. You ain't missing out on shit. You're winning. We are winning, bro. These niggas don't even know. Man, if we did a list on shit that niggas don't know, we'd be here for 18 days just describing and laying off the shit that niggas just don't know. They don't know a goddamn thing. They don't know what's going on. Nigga don't know what a tariff is. Niggas don't know the certain regions of countries and things of that nature. First and foremost, niggas don't know the Lord. That's really we can stop it right there. You ask your regular nigga, what's the name of the Lord? Jesus, Yeshua, God. They're dumb as hell. They don't know nothing. So why are we constantly trying to look at these people for the example? They killed an innocent man. They put Yahweh on the cross and he was innocent, and they chose Barabbas. And we see that same thing. I didn't want to bring this nigga up, but we see that same thing happening now with the Alizar shit. Here it is. This nigga is getting pegged by a woman and fingers in his butthole by another woman. And niggas are saying that we need to back up off him. What? Oh, no. Nah. These niggas are losers. Hey, we won, bro. We have officially won. When it get to the point to where even niggas and that's because that's what they are. And really they ain't niggas in the truth, because they ain't in the truth. But amongst the circumcision, we'll say that when niggas are like doing shit like that, nah, bro, it's over with. So how so much a regular ass nigga that again doesn't know anything? We're tired. We're done letting people get to us, man. We're getting chastised because the Lord is dealing with us. We going through shit because the Lord is dealing with us. Now, if your funky ass cousin is going through shit, it's because that nigga's a crackhead. If your baby mama going through the shit, it's because that bitch ain't right. She ain't right in the spirit. She probably went off. You just don't know of it yet. These people are suffering because the Lord is just judging their ass. Ain't no chastisement. No, that's judgment. We're getting chastised. We're getting built up. Because the thing is, we come out of it. We endure. So James 1, and I'm going to close. I ain't going to keep y'all here too much longer, man. And so why do y'all bust my shot for the spirits, to do this lesson, man? Because really, it's all through the spirit. Because shit, I mean, I planned on doing a lesson, but it deterred as time went by. But hey, the Lord said, "Nah, get on to it." So this is James 1, in verse 2, just to get to the point, it says, which the header says, testing your faith. Okay. And we know what's that? Hebrews 11, because we was just in 12. Without faith, it is impossible to what? Please him. Let's get it. Hebrews 11:6. And I'm still in the NLT. It says, and it is impossible to please the Most High without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe that he exists, that the Most High exists, and that he rewards those who sincerely seek him. So if you're sincerely seeking Yahweh Shema Shai, if you're trying your best, you know you could do better, but you're still trying, you're putting effort forth. Because again, we're doing way more than what niggas in the earth are doing. Niggas in the earth are the worst thing walking. That's why I've been saying for the last couple weeks, I hate niggers with a hard R. I put emphasis on it because that's how much I detest you black ass fucking people, man. You niggas, y'all individuals really need to be taken off the earth. You are a virus to the goddamn planet. You take Edomites, heathens, and niggas off the earth and just leave the elect, we'll be fine. Which, you know, we gonna populate and all that other stuff, but even still, okay? We know Jake gonna come back in the kingdom, but right now, no. Y'all need to go. We're sick of you. You ain't got shit to talk about no more. You, your black ass friends, your black ass mamas, your black ass, everything black needs to go. Niggas still on the application circling black, African American, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, Latin. You're fucking ignorant, man. You're dumb as hell. You don't got, again, you don't have a clue as to what's going on. And then they go, boom, you gonna blink and the chips out. What's this? You serious? Like, seriously. And watch. Again, niggas want to look at us crazy and call it. I don't believe that. Nah, that. He just do that. The fucking women that be with men of the Lord. A lot of you women that are with men of the Lord, you just here for ass. I'm gonna call it exactly for what the fuck it is. Because the Lord gonna get rid of your dumb ass, and he gonna replace you with 5 other women that are in subjection, that listen, that take heed, and ultimately are of the elect. A lot of you, if you don't change your ways, your ass is gonna be grass. You're gonna be gone. A lot of niggas, a lot of men. If you don't change your ways, you're gonna be replaced. You're gonna be gone. You're gonna be taken out the camp. Before Keisha shot, well, y'all just always talk about the women. Shut up, bitch. If you ain't sincere, you shouldn't even be on a fucking video. Get your weed wearing ass out the fucking goddamn camera, man. Again, I hate fucking black people. Now I'll say that shit proudly, boldly, across the goddamn rooftops, nigga. Fuck you niggas. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to kill you niggas every fucking day that goes by until the day of judgment. And if you offended, then click the fuck off the video. And fuck you too. Anyways, Salakia. You know, I'm usually a laid back brother, man, but this shit's bullshit, man. I'm tired of seeing bros going through shit, but it builds us up. James 1 and 2, it says, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations. Knowing so the Akim, man. Okay. And a few sisters that believe, man. Okay. Knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So we have to be patient. We gotta let the Lord work. This things ain't gonna go your way. You ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna make no sense. You gonna hate it. You can be like, God damn, Lord, why? But you gotta look at it on a bigger scale. This is bigger than you, man. Once you start to make the walk about you, that's when you lose. So you gotta always and it happens. Because we in the flesh, so it happens. You get to a point like, woe is me, and what? But you got to look bigger scale. No, this ain't about me, man. This is about Yahweh Shem Shai waking up the elect, bringing us together, okay, and delivering us out of here, man. This is bigger than me. I'm just here to play my role. So you have to learn that. You got to make sure you constantly tap back into that. And I'm gonna jump down to verse 12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So the Lord has promised us a crown of life if we continue to love him and continue to obey him and do exactly what he wants us to do. All right. So continue to push, continue to fight. Hey, fight the good fight of faith, man. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We started out with Romans 13, I believe. Hey, our salvation's near. We think we about to get out soon. We going out sooner than what we believe. That's how cold the Lord is going to do, what he's going to do for us, man. Look at what he's already done. And again, it takes faith. Do you believe that the Lord, parted the sea, through Moses? Do you believe that he sent his son to die for our sins? Hell, do you believe he exists? Okay. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. So we gotta carry on that faith that our forefathers had, man. Abraham's faith. All right. What's another example? Because I'm in this chapter. Yep, Abraham's. I think it just speaks on him. Oh no, no. Oh, you know what, Salakia? I'm mixing the chapter up. It's James. I think it's James. Is it James 2? Oh no, damn. It's because I'm in the NLT. Yeah, Salaki. It was because I was in the NLT. It was throwing me off. But yeah, Abraham's faith. Abel's, Enoch, Noah. All right, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Our forefathers, man. Sirach 2 and 10. So, um, I was just wanted to put that up. I can't say it real quick. We've been up 47, but Lord willing, it was edifying. Like I said, we gotta endure, man. We gotta keep pushing. We gotta keep fighting because it's not gonna get easier. So we gotta gird up our loins. All right. For the sisters, you ain't got no loins, but just shit. Tighten up, I guess. Just be in the spirit, man. Continue to be in the spirit, continue to have faith, and pray to Yahweh Shema Shai, and everything's gonna be all right. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Before we close, once again, giving all praise and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakodash, and double honors once again, as always, and to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who well and taught us this truth. Peace, much love, and salutations always to those for elect. Hey, to the next one, y'all keep pushing, keep fighting this good fight of faith. Shalom.